Kia ora. We're here with Sandra Preble from the Greater Dipton Catchment Group in thriving Southland. We want to yarn about women in catchment groups because it's a big deal, hey? You guys have a great community of women, and I've seen on your website that you run a bunch of different events but specifically for women as part of your catchment groups, hey?
Yeah.
What do you think the importance is of having women at the front end of catchment groups?
Well, two things I want to talk to you about that. Like many years ago, a wise man said to me, a man in this community, he said, if you want to get something done in this community, ask a woman. And you know, and if you think about it, a lot of the stuff that happens around the community, around the people, is driven by women. But in those groups that you mentioned that we got together, we had discussion topics to talk about, and the women in those groups talked passionately about the farms they lived on and about making a difference and about leaving a legacy and maintaining the legacy left by their forebears, by the grandfathers and great-grandfathers that had started clearing the land. So, we don't have a farm that we'll be passing on to our children, and it's not a family farm. But so it was not a new view, but I hadn't anticipated that passion.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so real caring for the land.
Yeah. And do you think that type of caring is different to the type of care that masculine figure shows to the land?
Well, I wouldn't say that necessarily different, because we wouldn't want to categorise people and put them in boxes. But I think all people think differently, and when you engage all people, including all women and all men, then you get everyone's view, and then we've got so many more opportunities to solve the problems of today.
And having a diversity of ways of looking at things means you've got more solutions, possible solutions for an issue.
Yeah.
So what's some of the examples from your catchment group here where women have front-footed ideas, sat at the table and really taken a leadership role in your catchment work around here?
I think that the women in our community and within the catchment group are driven to include all people in the community and to create events where everyone feels welcome. And
everyone's brought along on the journey.
Yeah.
It's the same at home, eh? It's really incredible because oftentimes when we deal with like male-led catchment groups, it's very driven and you want to get things done and it's process-driven, but oftentimes female-led catchment groups, it's going to be different all the time. But I noticed that there's more time's taken to bring people along on their journey. If someone misses a catchment group meeting, there's a bit of a check-up to see, hey, you weren't at the catchment group meeting. Is there a reason for that? Do you want to come to the next one? It's just a slightly different approach.
Well, I think also because our basis is from Thriving Southland, which is about thriving communities. So it's not just about the catchment group, it is about the community. And that's the basis for the catchment group.
Cool. And for these events that you're holding, these ladies' nights, so what do you think the hook is? What's a successful formula for an event like that?
Part of it is, men traditionally have things that they go hunting or, like bonding things that men do. And when Thriving Southland run these events, you'll hear women say, oh, shall we go to this? And they'll get a carload of their friends and off they go and have an evening out and learn something and have a great conversation and maybe a glass of wine or some nice nibbles. Yeah, a wee treat.
Glass of wine, nice nibbles.
Best friends, best mates.
Good speakers?
Great speakers.
You got a winning formula, right?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm going to take that home because I think that's something that's important for catchment groups. And it's important too to have, because oftentimes at home you'll have one person there from the family because the other one's at home with the kids. But you've got to really have both people present in the catchment group, right?
Yeah, I think so. And then I think also in your own home, then you've got two people that have heard the same story. And you can have a conversation about something and you both already believe the same idea. And then you bounce that idea around and you keep each other accountable about that dream that you create with that conversation. So it just drives it a little bit further.
Sounds just like a formula for a good relationship to me. Awesome. Oh, thank you very much. Thanks for your insights into women in catchment groups. Something that's not really talked about enough, but it's something that I reckon probably should be pretty conscious of is retaining our diversity in catchment groups. Eh?
Yeah.
Legend. Thanks very much.